Happy 70th birthday, Godzilla.
Yay!
Welcome to Go Kaiju Show. I'm your co-host, Kent, and with me is your other co-host.
Jason, how's it going, everyone?
It seemed like 5 years ago we were doing the 50th anniversary. A lot of people didn't care about the 60th. A few more cared about 65. Now all of a sudden we care about 70, and here we are. Happy birthday, Godzilla.
And probably more people are going to be celebrating the 80th, 90th, and then the 100th.
We're not going to be around for the 100th.
We'll see.
I might be dead, but
yeah, whatever.
But anyways, we're back. We had some things going on. My kids had some soccer games and a few other deals going on due to Halloween and, like I said, soccer games and stuff too. So we postponed, well, technically canceled those earlier shows. But I told my family, I said, I cannot cancel, though, the November 3rd show. And so I am here in this house by myself while they're out on my son's last soccer game. And then they're going to a birthday party. And I just said, sorry, guys. I can't cancel this one.
Hey,
I have to be here for Godzilla's 70th. My wife didn't seem to be upset about that, so I don't know what that says. So
that just means she'll let you off the hook for now.
For now. But you know what? Yesterday was her birthday. Today's Godzilla's birthday. So you know what? I got that awesomeness in my life where I celebrate her birthday one day and the very next day, Godzilla. I even told her that this morning when I woke up. I said, it's Godzilla's 70th birthday today. And for our birthdays in our house, we put up this big happy birthday sign over our big slider door in the kitchen. Yeah. And my wife goes, oh, you can just keep it up an extra day then to celebrate Godzilla. So we got the happy birthday sign up downstairs to celebrate Godzilla.
Then maybe what you should do is add in an extra one of those underneath and it says Godzilla. The following day.
Late in the day at this point. So, and I'm by myself. I'm not that ambitious right now.
For next time.
But anyways, like the plan moving forward, I think we will have a couple podcasts where we'll get back into the Kamen Rider, and then we're going to do our year-end episode sometime late in December. We haven't figured out a date on that yet, but I don't think. Well, I did mention it on our social media page, but I don't think I mentioned it on an actual podcast here. What we're going to do for that final show of the year is we're doing 3 anniversary commentaries that we have had yet to do. So we're going to be doing Gojira, the 3-headed monster. We're doing Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla and Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla. All 3 of those films are films we have not done commentaries on and are celebrating pretty big anniversaries this year. Mm-hmm. So that's what we're going to do for the year-end special. And then when we resume in the new year, we'll get back to Kamen Rider until we wrap that up. And then from there, I don't think we have any clue as to where we're going there.
Well, I know you messaged me here, I think the other day or something when I talked about me getting the Apple One subscription here.
Oh, the Monarch, yeah.
That I've got Apple TV Plus, and with, like you say, of monsters and everything, you sort of discuss maybe do that, and then
it'd be nice to go back.
Yeah. Maybe just go over season 1 instead of just going episode by episode.
Right. Yeah. Because I think it's 12, 13 episodes.
I think so. I'm not sure. I'm in, I think episode 7 at the moment.
I have yet to start it. I'm not going to bother doing it until we get to that point. Yeah. I was going to, and then you said you were getting Apple for that, and I said, well, that's something we could do, and so then I put it off. Like, we still got plenty more commentaries. We have yet to do, the New Empire commentary. We have not done -1 either. I mean, I love doing commentaries. We could do some of those. We never finished up the Jurassic World ones either. Well, I think we got 2 more of those left.
We'll see. I know the Kamen Rider one is going to take a little.
Oh yeah, it's going to take a while.
So we've got plenty of time until then.
Yeah, we're probably looking at March or April roughly to probably get done with that.
Yeah.
Best case scenario. But today what we're going to do is we're going to do a live commentary on the brand new Toho Godzilla short, Jet Jaguar and Godzilla versus GMK Ghidorah. Neither one of us has actually seen that up to this point, so it's a fresh watch for both of us. And then we're going to wrap up that segment of the show. And then we're going to do a commentary on Gojira. That's a movie we have not done before. We did the King of the Monsters, Raymond Burr one odd number of years ago, but we never did the Japanese edit. So we thought, how convenient for Godzilla's 70th. We'll do a commentary on the actual original film.
Indeed.
So, Jason, before we go on, the usual.
Yes. So if you see a subscribe button above or below, wherever you're watching us from, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well. Smash the like button and hit the notification bell icon so you can get any new notifications from us when we upload new videos or whenever we do a special live stream like we are today. And then you can follow us everywhere on our social media accounts at our Linktree page / Gogo Kaiju Show. And you can also subscribe if you're listening to us on an audio version of our episodes. Make sure to follow us on your favorite audio platforms. So that's
we appreciate 5 stars. Helps us get out there more.
Indeed.
It only takes like a minute of your time. That's all we ask of all of you. We don't charge you anything. We have no commercials, no ads, no nothing.
Yeah,
we're one of the very few free podcasts left outside.
Yeah, it's not going to take you a whole freaking year just to give us 5 stars. So
yeah, so do it. That's all we ask of you in return.
Yeah,
we give you free content. Come on.
Yeah. So with that, before we get going with the little commentary on the shore here, just wanted to discuss a little bit about a special announcement that we got the other day from Toho themselves, is that they officially greenlit a new Godzilla movie coming next year. We only just got a video of a little teaser just kind of saying it's greenlit in production, and then a word from Takashi Yamazaki, who's coming back on to direct this new film. So with that, don't really have much going on, but as far as possible speculation is, for me anyways, it's probably going to be at least right after the -1 film, or perhaps I would say more likely a few so years after the events of -1. And obviously, I would say this time around, there's going to have to be another monster coming in this time besides just Godzilla himself. Whatever that monster might be, it would be sort of cool to at least bring back Anguirus this time, because I would say he's more or less ground-based than all the other monsters.
Titanosaurus
out there, maybe that
Rodan,
but I would more or less would say Anguirus to kind of sort of bring back kind of the whole remake-ish
so you're saying
thing.
They need to remake all of the Showa era films.
Maybe.
Got it.
Just maybe, but I would say after that, then you can sort of go. But what are your thoughts?
I was excited. My concern, though, is that because I've been saying this for almost the last year now since -1 came out. Like, I am a fan of sequels of a lot of things. I really am. But my concern with this one in particular is that if it is a direct sequel to -1, that it's going to begin to possibly dilute how incredible that first film is, -1. We don't know yet if that's where they're going. My speculation is that that's what they're going to do because the same director's coming back. but it could just be something totally new. But I find that that would be weird if they rebooted it again with the same director as the last film they did. So I have to go into this thinking that, yeah, it's a sequel to -1. Very rarely, and I know a lot of people know this out there, very rarely are the sequels better than the original film. There are definitely some exceptions to that. Like I think The Dark Knight, for example, is a superior sequel to Batman Begins, and Batman Begins is a incredible film in and of itself. Usually those sequels either are incredibly underwhelming, terrible, or not as good as the first, but pretty entertaining. So it's going to fall in that realm. I do think Yamazaki is a good enough filmmaker to make something that it may not necessarily be as great as -1, but close enough. I just am terrified that this film could sort of lessen what happened in -1. But then again, though, too, I think about the Showa era Godzilla films. And it's like Godzilla Raids Again, I think, is an underappreciated film, at least by Western fans. And Raids Again, I will admit, in terms of a lot of technical areas, is not as good as Gojira. But I like the film quite a bit. I think the film is entertaining. I think in some aspects of tone, it's slightly similar to that first film. But I think it's a very important film in the giant monster genre, especially Godzilla as well, because it's the first film that's really trying to figure out the formula for what's going to become many of the Godzilla movies that come after it, which is how do we structure these films with multiple kaiju and fights, etc. So now that I'm actually talking myself off a cliff right now, I do agree with you. I almost think this movie has to have another kaiju in it. It has to have. I think a back-to-back solo Godzilla movie just isn't going to work. That's not to say it can't. But I think if you do that, it's got to be like incredibly spectacular. Like it has to be better than -1. Could that happen? Yeah. Will it? I think the odds are slim, but I still think you got to have a kaiju. But yeah, we'll see. I still have some concerns about it, but yeah, I mean, we'll just wait and see. I mean, I'm completely in the dark. All I know is, like everyone else, there's a new one coming. It's by the same director. That's all I know.
Yeah, I'm sort of same with you. I'm going to be more or less in the middle of the road for the time being until we get any official teaser trailer or synopsis to the movie. Whenever that's going to be, I'm assuming they'll probably start mentioning things like this if it's going to be coming out next year. I would assume that they would possibly start showing the trailers and stuff. I would say maybe at best June, maybe May, somewhere around there. So it's going to be several more months until we hear anything.
I guarantee you, though, like, there's no freaking way it's going to be worse than Shin Godzilla. That I know. But one of the other things I find interesting is that other than that special, like, expensive edition that you got, like, from the Godzilla.com store, there really has not been a wide release of this film. That's actually coming later this month. You're talking about 11 months, actually longer than that, like 11 3/4 months roughly, from the moment the movie was showing here in the States last year to when a wide release home video edition is being released. And now you're like, forget that one. We got a new product coming. So it's like, geez, Toho. But yeah, be on the lookout for that. I think it's November 20. November 20. No, it's not the 22nd because that's a Friday. It's like November 20 something is when the wide release of -1 actually comes out. I'm not sure if it's going to have the English dub or not. Last I checked, there weren't a whole lot of specifics on it other than the release date.
I'm just gonna check. See if website may have something here.
I know Amazon was taking pre-orders.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I just saw that. Let me go to Amazon.
I'm already there. Okay, 4K Blu-ray, November 21st. I was close.
Yeah.
Okay, here. Will it have the English dub attached to it?
I would assume.
According to this, no. It just says subtitles English. Of course, a lot of people are. Yeah. I mean, there's still not a whole lot of. Let's see what. Oh, let me look at the back here. Come on, let's zoom in. Features. Okay. Oh, there is English audio.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what the back of the 4K says. So there will be an English dub attached to it.
Cool.
But it's only going to be the color version. It's not going to be the minus. I have a version of that. I have yet to watch it, but I've heard from a lot of people that it does really nothing extra.
Oh, and it's like my collector's edition that I got. It just has the English subtitle, not the dub and everything, but it also includes the minus color one.
I've got a version. I haven't even
gotten around to that.
I've got a version with the English dub on it, but again, I have yet to go through that. One of these times I will. Though I love -1, but because it's a dark, serious film, like it's one of those that you don't want to watch too often because it messes with you emotionally. I don't shed a tear, but it's just like, man, this is dark. Like, especially like I talked about it when we discussed the film last year when his daughter cries. I'm like, oh shit, that reminds me of my daughter when she was that age. Like, I'm a parent now. I'm bawling at kids stuff now.
Yeah. So, can't really think of anything else. Should we just move on to start commentating on this short?
Let's move on to Godzilla and Jet Jaguar versus GMK Ghidorah. I've already got it set up and ready to go on my end.
Are you at the 000 mark here?
No, I'm at the 2 second. It's just loading like the 70th anniversary logo.
Oh, then let me.
And I'm not going to try to rewind YouTube on my TV just because God knows something is probably going to happen.
Okay, so I'm at the 2 second mark on my end. Whoop.
And just a reminder again, neither one of us has seen this. And so this is a fresh viewing for both of us.
Indeed.
So this thing runs at just a little over 11 minutes.
All right.
Just kind of let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, just trying to get things ready here. Okay. I'm ready on my end.
All right. So if you want to watch along with us, you can. I'm going to count down from 3. I'm doing that mainly for Jason so that he and I are synced up, but otherwise you can use it to sync up on your end as well. So I'll go 3, 2, 1, go. When I say go, hit the play button on whatever device you're using. Ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go. Yeah! In case I missed it. I probably didn't. Yeah, I did watch this.
These are just watermarks. And it looks like that the person that got the video here is using some kind of filter, which is kind of dumb if that is the case.
Well, I don't think they're going to be doing it for the actual new video. Yeah, I watched this a little more than a year ago.
Okay, the actual video doesn't have that filter. Oh, they got the Biollani music.
I was like, wait a minute, what film is that? You can tell I've been watching Universal Monsters for the last month. Oh, dear God, I don't have subtitles on my end, do you?
No, I don't either.
Damn it. So I have no idea what they're saying.
We're just kind of mainly here for the action.
Yeah, but didn't the previous one have subtitles?
Well, because that was uploaded from the official Godzilla channel.
Well, then I'll have to rewatch it again some other time.
And it seems like there is some kind of filter on here.
Maybe this person did it so it wouldn't, like, maybe get seen by... I don't know.
Or the YouTube algorithm taking it down.
That's what I'm thinking, is like it's a way to mess with the algorithm.
Yeah.
Everything is an algorithm now.
You would think, if you have the algorithm, you would think it would also not only scan the video portion, but also the audio.
Oh, yeah. I find it interesting. Well, I find it interesting and cool at the same time that they use different versions of some of these characters, like the Final Wars Godzilla, the GMK Ghidorah, and obviously, the OG Jet Jaguar.
Yeah.
I think I've said it on the show before, but the GMK Ghidorah is my least favorite Ghidorah suit. I don't think it's that intimidating, and the suit has always to me looked like a suit.
Well, and then with that version of Ghidorah, it seemed pretty small compared to the GMK Godzilla in that movie.
How is Jet Jaguar breathing?
Hey, the 84 music. Super X.
Super X.
It's like they're doing the Pacific Rim thing. So they're going to give the Gigan hands to...
I was just thinking that. I'm like, is that where we're going with this?
No way. They actually did.
I like this too. It's like, hey, let's do it the old style, but let's just lose our ever-loving minds over how, like, we go about this. Yeah.
It's just like one of those the Dragon Ball Z shorts that you see online on YouTube. They were actually like official, but they really go out there with sort of the fan service things, sort of kind of getting on that level with this.
And like, if you're really thinking about it, this is really stupid, but at the same time, it's like, I love this.
Yeah.
Because that's what we're here for. We're here for the crazy.
And we're here for all the kaiju
world is sad enough as it is. We need to be entertained.
Yes. He's doing the Matrix.
Well, there is the Final Wars Godzilla in here. So when Final Wars Godzilla's in there, you get Matrix abilities.
Yep.
So where'd Godzilla go? He was running at this... Oh, there he goes. He's going to make Jet Jaguar do all the, like, heavy lifting, and he'll just sit there, blow his atomic ray.
Yeah.
I'm Godzilla. That's what I'm here for.
But obviously, there's bound to be something happening here.
Oh, absolutely.
Screw me.
I was gonna say I heard that.
All that carbonation. And since I thought that there were going to be two shorts, I thought, they did the Jet Jaguar one with this Suitmation short, and then last year they did the CGI one with Megalon. I assumed, before we were talking, but I assumed that they were going to do the CGI version for Mechagodzilla, or perhaps Space Godzilla.
Well, like the Amazon's Godzilla store, had 70 years of Hedorah and Gigan shirts. And I thought, yeah, they would do the same with Megalon and Mechagodzilla. Nothing came about that either. And
you mean 50? You mean 50, not 70?
I mean, yeah.
And apparently Ghidorah is now firing off red, white, and blue laser.
Are they trying to say that Ghidorah is America and America is killing Japan?
Well, the original color scheme for Ghidorah, where he was supposed to have blue,
that's right.
red, white, and blue wings or something, and he was supposed to be, I think, all blue.
Oh, snap.
What a twist.
I have heard rumors that near the end of this thing, there's supposed to be something really cool. So we got to stick through the end.
We'll have to.
They got that from Godzilla vs. Kong.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
Wow. That's a big up yours, Ghidorah. They hate that suit too. Ghidorah's not putting up much of a fight there.
What is going on?
Kamehameha! I wondered. He got Jet Jaguar too, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of what I figured. I'm like, Godzilla's like, you do all the work, and I'm going to kill both of you.
Yeah, because Jaguar was holding him up so he can kill him.
I thought he meant to take out the two heads and not actually kill him as well. That's what I thought.
Apparently he's still moving.
He's breathing again. Why is he breathing?
He's a robot. Good work.
I hope when my time comes, I'm going out with a thumbs up and a grin.
Yeah, a long ways to go for that.
I hope so. I'm sorry. I think it's a little funny that people are crying over a dead robot. Or a robot that's just, destroyed. It's not dead, technically.
It's not like it's been around for a long time.
It's not an organic creation or organic being, I should say.
Yeah. Okay, we got about close to 30 more seconds left to see the...
I heard that there's...
Through.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Please don't tell me that this asshole, like...
If you like what you saw...
Yeah.
So either someone lied...
Watching this vlog. I will see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.
Shut up. So we potentially lost something in there.
I wonder
From what I've heard anyways.
I wonder if it's actually in, I don't know if the live stream had something of the sort, because I know they did a live stream here late last night. Okay, yeah, they did. Let me just check on my end here just briefly. Okay.
How are you, Remy? You're a good boy.
So seeing Godzilla there, his face. Okay, it goes to black. Okay, now it's sort of just doing all the screenshot credits from all the previous scenes or shots from the short.
I would love to rub your belly, but I can't reach that far.
Yeah, I think that rumor is wrong because it just kind of goes to the credits. So whoever said that was wrong.
Yours, you stupid jerk.
Oh no, never mind.
Wait, never mind. There is something. Oh, I take it back. I'm sorry.
So, with that, what did you think of this short?
They're fun. It's definitely OG kaiju filmmaking with, miniatures and stuff. The miniatures, they're not as high quality as what you would get in some of the films, although I would say it's Millennium quality. I would say the Millennium era version of most of their miniatures were not the best. I think the only film that really did it better than the other ones was Godzilla 2000. But I mean, for shorts, hey, this is very good. It's entertaining. It's a nice way to spend 11 minutes. I think, like I said, I think it's silly that people were kind of tearing up a little bit at the deactivation of Jet Jaguar, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Good for you folks. It's fine. I mean, it's entertaining enough, and you know what? That's fine.
Yeah. As far as miniatures, I think it's good for an 11-minute short with this. Yeah. As far as the quality of those miniatures, I would say it's on par. Shut up, thumbs up thing.
I thought you were telling me to shut up.
Yeah. Even you. No, just kidding. As far as the quality of the miniatures, I would say it's on par with those that are used in the Ultraman TV shows there, because to me, they look kind of that quality in a way. But yeah, it's very entertaining with these shorts, just to kind of sort of get away with all the CGI or the 3D animes or what have you. Is sort of at least good to get back into the whole Suitmation sort of way of things from time to time, and also kind of keep that sort of technique alive for generations to come, hopefully. It's a really good, entertaining short. So I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. Sorry, my cat is in here. He's on his back, rolling, showing his belly. So I gotta pet this cat. He's my special little boy. He's coming in here. I mean, he's cute. He's adorable. How can you not rub his belly? Yeah, see, he's looking at me. He's like, why don't you rub my belly? All right. Well, are we ready? Like, because I got to load up my player and all that.
Yeah, I got to load mine up too here. I just need to put it in this.
So are we cutting feet off here and then starting a new one?
Nope.
Oh, everything's gonna. Okay, well, you're gonna see some behind the scenes stuff going on here. So let us get this stuff loaded up here.
That's fine.
All right, I'm gonna mute my end so you don't hear stuff.
Yeah, it's nothing new.
Well, I'm gonna mute it.
Whatever.
All right, I'm using the original classic media.
Hey, say it with me.
Because I've done I've watched the Criterion Blu-ray, and I find the subtitles to be like unreadable because they're white, and it gets lost in some of the black and white.
Are you talking about like just a standalone Criterion or like the big book version?
The standalone one, like where it's got, the Godzilla back on the cover.
Okay. I don't have that one from Criterion. I just only have that big book version.
Where it's got all the other Showa films.
Yeah.
I got that too, but I'm just assuming it's the same version. That's my understanding.
I probably would assume too if it's from Criterion.
It's like, why would they change it up?
Yeah.
But it's like, I watched that. Like when I got that like a couple of years ago, and I did it simply because there were a few extras on that aren't on this. And so one day I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and watch it and see what it's like on Blu-ray for the original. And I'm like, son of a bitch, Criterion, why did you have white subtitles? I've mentioned this before. Like, if you're going to do subtitles in white, you need to have like a black outline over the letters. They don't do that. And it pisses me off.
They'll sometimes do, but the border around the text is pretty thin.
They don't do that for at least the Gojira one. I haven't checked out many of the other Showa films. I'm hoping they're better, but at least for Gojira, it's awful. So I'm gonna hit the play movie and try to get this at like the beginning section.
Yeah, it's gonna show Views Express, blah blah blah.
Yeah, music.
I'm at the 0 mark.
Yeah, I'm trying to get there here. Okay. All right.
Which mark are you?
I think it's like 0. It's 2. I tried hitting here. I tried being as fast as I could. It's not that huge of a deal, but
I'm just trying to get there. There we go. At the 2 mark.
All right. So the OG Godzilla movie. Again, as a lot of people claim that this is the best, I definitely will say that.
Really?
I'm in the other camp, though, that says, look, I will give all the credit in the world to this film and the people who made it. I'm not trying to rain on anyone's parade or be different for the sake of being different. That's not what I'm trying to do. But I don't think personally this is the best anymore. I think -1 is better than this. I think -1 does a better job. But then again, a lot of that has to do with the fact that -1 is a newer film. Mm-hmm. It's got more contemporary things for contemporary audiences. And I understand that from a contemporary standpoint in 1954, this was a huge deal. And I get that. I'm not trying to take that away. I want everyone to understand, because a lot of Godzilla fans out there will misconstrue things and be like, well, what's your problem? No, shut up. Like, hear me out here. I'm not saying this is a bad movie. I'm not saying this is a terrific film. This is a movie that I think everyone, if you enjoy film, needs to watch it. And I think in the context of World War II as well, kind of understanding in some respects what Japan went through post-war, this is what you need to watch. And also to get a general idea as far as atomic bomb testing and the Cold War, which we were 9 years into at that time. And obviously nuclear weaponry was a huge deal. I like this movie. I love this movie. I don't watch it that often. It's the same reason why I don't watch -1 all that often, is because it's an emotionally impactful film.
Yeah, it's the same with me too.
And yeah, I mean, look, it's a real good film, and 70 years old. Yeah, it shows some wear,
obviously,
time, but I enjoy this film. It is better than the Raymond Burr film. I personally, though, don't think it's the best anymore, but I will give it all the credit in the world because, hey, it's where we're at right now. Like, look at what we got. Like, with all, I got toys now, and like, I
my
got
toys are over here.
Like, I've got all sorts of stuff now, because of this film. And I'm not trying to take anything away from it. I'm just trying to say that it's my personal opinion. Feel free to disagree. If you love this, you think it's great. Great. I'll give you a thumbs up and a pat on the back, and call you a good boy or girl. So, but yeah. Did you have anything to say?
Yeah, I've really got not much else to, not much to add on this. I mean,
okay. You're just saying let's get on with the show, huh?
It's like I don't watch as much either. I watch it from time to time. I think the last time I watched this exact original one was probably, gosh, it may be close to 10 years. Wow. It's probably been that long ago.
I've seen the Raymond Burr version within the last year, but this particular one, it's been 1.5 years, 2 years since I last saw it.
Yes. I know I've at least seen the Raymond Burr version more than I have with this one in that span of time from 10 years ago to now.
Yeah. All right. So again, like with the short and with every other commentary we do, I'm going to count down from 3, 3, 2, 1, go. When I say go, hit play on whatever device you're using. So you ready?
Indubitably.
I can't believe it's taken us this long to do this movie, but here we are.
Yeah.
I'm actually glad the universe is aligning and saying, no, you are saving this movie for the 70th anniversary.
Yeah.
And hey, all right.
Indeed.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right.
Crap. I'm scared.
And then I'll put up the screen so you wouldn't see us doing bullshit things or see our ugly faces.
We're making faces at everybody. No.
Yeah.
It is very haunting, though. Like, even 70 years later, you're seeing these opening credits and you're hearing those footstep sounds.
I would have liked to have been alive during the time when this was made. Probably see it in theaters in that time. See, kind of get that atmosphere of how everyone reacted to it.
Well, they had limited theatrical showings of this 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm. I know, was it Rialto Pictures? They did limited screenings.
Yeah.
Odd number of years ago.
Well, and one of the G-Fests in the last 12 years, I think, did a showing too at the Pickwick.
Mm-hmm. I think this year they may have had the original one shown at Pickwick.
I don't think at the Pickwick. No, not this year's G-Fest. They had New Empire.
That one, yeah, I knew.
I think they did Ghidorah. I think they did some of the anniversary ones, but I don't think this one was on the docket. I am very positive this one was not one of those.
Well, I know the
Return of Godzilla was one of them.
I know they did some films before the actual event, because I know that they do a handful of movies at Pickwick before the actual convention kicked off. Every time I
still remember the Monster Vision.
I was just going to say that.
Gosh, I miss 1994, dude.
Or 95
was a great year.
94.95. Excuse me. I'm dead for water.
Well, I found it interesting, like that whole ship is on fire, but yet that part really wasn't. But oh well. I let it go.
You do see smoke, but
yeah, but they were showing like half of it was underwater, and then the rest that was sticking out was on fire. I'm like, why? But again, like I let it go. I let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Oh, Akira, how you are missed.
Yeah.
何か事故でも？
古社の船から SOS が入った。すぐ海上保安庁に行かなくちゃならない。待たせてすまなかったけど、急いでいたらまだ間に合うよ。
残念だけど、お仕事なら仕方ないわ。
大体急いで。
You know, a bit funny is like he gets his jacket and then she's in front of the door and then shoves her out.
Jeez, Jason. This is the original Godzilla we're talking about. And you're just like, hey, wouldn't it be funny if it's... Jeez, dude.
Hey, you be that way too.
I mean, I keep that crap to myself, but
quote unquote.
Man, we're only like a few minutes into this. And I watch a lot of kaiju movies to begin with, especially over the last like 12 years. But it's like, because I've been watching Universal Monsters over the last month, I haven't been watching any kaiju. And now I'm like, I want to watch the whole series now. I want to watch movies I've seen 800 times. I want to see them another 800 times.
Well, I saw earlier, I think around 11 o'clock on Comet, that they were showing Godzilla vs. Monster Zero. Now I know on Godzilla.com they had an article on all the things that they were like things that you can do for today and things to watch.
Is one of them setting a metropolitan area on fire?
Yeah, I didn't see
Godzilla?
that one. I didn't see that one.
救助された3名は大野島へ入港しますので、早速こちらから原始隊戸高を派遣いたしました。
どっちの乗組員でしょう？A子なんか B なんか。
僕は問い合わせ中ですから、まもなく決めますねと思います。判明でも制度者が決めて何より、これで事故の原因もつかめるでしょう。
I want my money.
Jeez.
信じられない。全く信じられない。大戸島の漁船も同じ運命です。高いです。あ、山田さんですね。大戸島の漁船もやりました。
underwater volcano could be a hint at some future Ishiro Honda movie endings, like or the Gargantuas,
or the return of Godzilla.
Well, that's not an underwater volcano, though.
But still a volcano.
And that's not a Shiro Honda movie either.
I know. But they still consider that as a sequel to 54.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
So the one wrestler who had this at the beginning of his entrance music, and I have no idea who the WWE wrestler was, had music that had this at the beginning. So basically his music was saying, hey, there's a raft coming. Hey, there's a raft coming. Hey, and then, went into whatever musical number that it ended up doing. Like, that is one. I remember we heard that and we were like, that's from Godzilla. Why is that in his entrance music?
Don't know.
So he survived, right? Because isn't he in that house when Godzilla comes ashore to Odo Island here in a bit? Because he looks like that same exact guy.
Maybe.
I'll point it out when we get to that point.
You know, the good old days, they were all fun and you ruined it.
Yeah. The old good old days of racism and all that stuff. Yeah. I still remember that point where you see the helicopter and Raymond Burr says a helicopter. Yeah, see, this guy right here. Isn't that Masagi?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I've been watching this movie for nearly 30 years, and this is the first time I picked up on that. And by 30 years, I mean even the Raymond Burr version.
Took you long enough.
Actually, 31 because we got 32 because this was
32.
like late 92 when we got the Raymond Burr version.
Yeah, because that was the second one that we saw. No, third one.
Megalon was.
This was
and
the
then
third one, I believe.
Yeah, because I was sick one time, and then you and Dad went out to run some errands, and I think you guys went back to Kmart where we found the other two Godzilla movies.
Well,
and you came home, you're like, Cat, look what we found.
Well, I bought that Megalon one with my birthday money.
No, we got that. You got Godzilla's Revenge for your birthday. I remember that. Like, Megalon came several weeks or so after we got Sea Monster. And then this one came a handful of weeks or so. Here we are, we're watching a movie and we're complaining about, no, this came first. No, that came first.
Shut up, this came first.
You old man.
Get over here, you old fart.
incredible miniature work and the ability to create typhoon-like winds.
Mm-hmm. Probably had some kind of industrial size fan for that.
Oh yeah. I always thought for that scene right there, it would have been creepy if they could have included like a quick silhouetted version of what it looked like out that window.
Yeah.
Seeing Godzilla like on the shore or something. Like it didn't have to linger, but just something kind of quick where you saw an outline or something.
Yeah. Because I know a lot of the old school movies back then will kind of show the exact monster or whatever it was right after someone looks in that direction.
Yeah, I mean, it was an artistic decision, and I get it. Like, it's fine. Like, even as it is, it's fine. I'm not saying it's terrible. I'm just saying it would be, I think maybe in some ways a tad creepier if you just saw like a quick silhouette or something like that of, something on the shore.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I feel like I have to continuously explain myself because I just feel like the kaiju community is like, you idiot, it's perfect. Like, I feel like around this fandom, I have to do that all the time. It's like, we got to watch out for your fifis and all that. Like, other people can't seem to have an opinion without you being offended by it.
Yeah.
次の方のその他8つありますが、その内訳はどういうことになっておりますか。大田島村長、稲田君、申し忘れました。牛が12頭の豚が8頭だよ。
So are they saying that Godzilla ate them?
Seems to be what they're alluding to.
That's interesting because other than the fish in the 98 movie, I don't think we've ever seen Godzilla, quote unquote, eat anything. I mean, we've seen him a few times absorb radiation, but never actually eat anything.
Well, particularly like the monsterverse, they say that he feeds off the energy.
Yeah.
We don't see him eat anything else.
Right.
I don't think so, to my knowledge, but...
No, we don't see him eat anything.
Yeah. But yeah, other than the fish, I don't think they've ever even mentioned for once, even the Heisei or Millennium, of him eating anything.
It's almost like it's a sacrilegious thing to almost like show, if not come outright and say Godzilla eats this. It's like, I don't think it would harm anything if like he actually ate something.
Yeah. It's like, that's not part of the source material.
Watch your mouth.
You heretic.
Burn in hell.
We're gonna inquisition your ass.
Oh man, that spiraled fast. Woo. Oh man, see, this
it was bound to happen sooner or later.
We're having fun over here. Hopefully you're having fun too. If not, go to hell. No. Oh man.
Jeez, Kent. I was just reading what Kent typed. I'm not going to repeat it.
That's why I typed it to you. And didn't actually say it. This guy here with the Geiger counter, he usually shows up as either a scientist or a newscaster in a number of future Showa era films.
Yeah. And it's also, like I mentioned when we were reviewing or discussing -1 last year, that it was pretty cool that they had an Easter egg of that exact guy. Well, not exactly this guy, but a guy looking like this guy.
That'd be great. Let's dig this guy's remains up, put some skin and flesh and all that stuff, and puppeteer him. Like,
yeah, but they had a guy that dressed exactly like that guy.
Yeah,
in one of the shots, which I thought was pretty dang cool. Kind of a callback to this film. I always sort of chuckle right around this scene where the doctor here, he spots the trilobite, and then in the American version, he says, "Oh, a trilobite."
Yeah. Well, see, in the interesting thing here too, like it's coming up in like just a second here. Here it is. Like, they just realized this whole area is radioactive, and he still picks the thing up.
Yeah, with his bare hands.
Right. You know better.
And then that guy is like, he had to scold him. He's like, "Don't be touching that."
I remember for Shin Godzilla, they made a big deal in some of their visual marketing about having the foot of the Shin Godzilla and then like a trilobite in it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like none of that came to pass in the actual film. Like, why did they make such a big deal of that in their own marketing if they weren't going to follow through on that in some fashion?
Yeah.
It just that whole movie and production like is just garbage. So let me remind everyone again my thoughts on Shin Godzilla.
I think we've heard that thing.
I know.
I think at best 10 times already.
We need to make a Go Kaiju Show t-shirt that reads, "So let me tell you my thoughts on Shin Godzilla," and then like the 3 periods that come after.
Oh, man.
The first real look we get of Godzilla in the film.
I wonder how big that puppet actually was.
I thought I've seen shots, like behind the scenes shots of it before. It was decent size, you know.
I know,
like a Muppet of sorts.
Yeah, I know. I've at least seen one behind the scene where they were shooting for that one television tower. It looked pretty decent size there. Not
well,
sure
and I think that's the same puppet, of course.
Oh, okay.
I will say though, like the puppet is decent in terms of detail and all that. It's just that sadly in execution, it does come off like a puppet.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. But I remember years ago when I saw the Raymond Burr version, I'm like, what are they looking at? I don't see anything. And then years later, I'm like,
That's
Years
what I
later, I'm
thought,
like,
too.
how did I miss that?
I was the same way too. It's like I saw that U-shaped thing. It's like that looks like a horseshoe. What the heck are they looking at?
Yeah, like, what the hell?
その頃から次の時代白亜紀にかけて極めて稀に生息していた海生爬虫類から陸上獣類に進化しようとする循環型の生物であったと見て差し支えないと思われる。
Whoa there.
これを大戸島の伝説に従ってゴジラと呼称します。これは我々が大戸島で遭遇したゴジラの頭部であります。これから見てもここ50メートルぐらいの大きさの動物であるということは推定されます。それがどうして今回我が国の世界にある当然であります。
Did you clean up all that mess that you made?
I did. My son didn't put like my Sylvester album away properly. So I was trying to do that and it required me to get up out of my seat and like really scooch some other books over. And some of my Xbox games came tumbling down. It's like, hey, look at this. And
Well, maybe you could have done that afterwards.
or I could have just muted my mic.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, well, shut up.
You don't need to tell me to shut up. You do your own shit.
That's what I'm doing. It's just that some of it fell. That'd be funny if he didn't have it in a case and then the doctor's like, don't touch it with your bare hands.
or he brings up his hands with all that stuff and then he's my hands deformed.
He has like crab hands or something. I'm wondering though, like, is that container that trilobite is in, like, is that able to like keep the radioactivity inside that container, or is he exposing other people to radioactivity?
Don't know. I don't even know if glass would be a good
I think
shield,
certain glass is, but not just glass.
or like a certain amount of thickness of glass.
It's funny if that is the case, they just eyeball. It's like, yeah, that looks thick enough, and they don't actually test it. Oh my gosh, I'm just realizing here in this shot, the two chandeliers are like drawn in. What the hell? This is like the umpteenth time I've seen this movie, and I'm just discovering a couple of things here.
The more you know.
NBC's involved with this.
Maybe to a certain extent.
See, this is like how you do politics in a Godzilla movie.
Not just emotionless people sitting around and doing stuff.
Like in Shin Godzilla.
100円とか割り勘でしたら一体何なの？
まず真っ先に皆さんにやられる。
嫌なこっちゃ。せっかくならたちの現場から命拾いしてきた。大切な体なんだもの。
そろそろ使い先でも探するかな。
僕にもどっか探しといてよ。
Hard to believe we're just a little over a quarter of a way into this film.
That sounds about right.
いつもはね、営業のお前ら使ってますからね。目がないから合計138度より同じく7分、北緯33度4分より同じく8分を結ぶ海上においてゴジラに対しフリゲート艦隊によって爆雷攻撃を実施するにつき近航行の船舶は十分なる注意を要します。終わり。よろしいですか？終わり。
One of the Godzilla themes that will live in perpetuity. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, look, this is a good transfer and all that, but it would have been nice if classic media could have cleaned it up a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm not even sure if there was much that they could do to clean it up.
Well, I thought they could. I mean, it was only 20 years ago. I mean, the technology was around even then to clean it up.
I mean, they probably tried their best, but it's probably only to a certain extent.
What a bother. That's it. It's just an annoyance.
Everything is annoying.
It's annoying. Please, Professor, have a seat. picks it up and walks out with it.
Hey, you're supposed to be here. I am.
That was not clear.
I was just here to get my paper.
Yeah. He's like, I didn't realize I was supposed to be here.
That's what he's saying. So that's it.
He's just as much in the dark as you are.
水爆の訓練を受けながら、なおかつ生命を保っているゴジラを何をもって抹殺しようというのですか。まずあの不思議な生命力を研究することこそ第一が基本です。できた。山田物の意見には重大な点が含まれている。恐れているばかりのものじゃないですよ。大いに研究すべきですよ。はい。臨場の才能はどうするんだ。ここなんだよ。難しいところは。宮根君。あ、気になってもらいたい人物があるんだ。関沢博士。例の山根博士の養子になるべき。人物はそうだね。あのお嬢さんの。あ。誰してくださるわ。誰にも遠慮することはないと思いながら。さんのことを考えると、どうも弱気になる。戦争さえなかったら、ひどい傷を受けずに済んだはずなんです。あの方には子供の頃からお兄様になりました。今だったら私、その頃の気持ちとちっとも変わりがありませんのよ。お会いしたい。今ですか？来た。いや、すいません。お嬢さんにお願いがあってやってたんです。実はね、エリザ博士を訪ねたら、門前払いを食っちゃったんですよ。で、お嬢さんにぜひ紹介の。
He told me to get the hell out.
I want you to sneak me in.
Yeah, sneak me in through the back window, but he's got traps there. What do you mean? There's a guillotine there. Oh, good thing I asked.
And some bear traps, too.
Well, is there any way to get in? No, he hates people.
He'll shoot you dead.
And then burn your remains so there's no trace of you. They had half a wall there that they didn't hide very well.
I didn't even notice.
Because you could see the rest of them go out on the far left side. They tried using a coat rack there, but, you know, the coat rack is not very big. So
I didn't even quite catch it, so I'll have to remember next time which likely of that is slim to none.
Yeah, you won't remember it the next time.
Yeah. Whenever the next time I watch this.
Probably be another decade.
We'll see.
Every 10th anniversary, I watch Gojira.
私の研究とは全然方向違いだった。実はです。スイスにいる特派員が直接そのドイツ人に会って聞いたって言うんですよ。エリザ博士が当時考えていたプランを完成していたら、日本のゴジラ対策も何らかの打開策が発見されるんじゃないか。私にはドイツ人の友人は一人もおりません。そうですか。ところで今、何のご研究ですか？いや、話するほどのことはやっておりません。じゃあ、どうもお忙しいところを。いや、お役に立ちません。失礼します。
I will say one of the things that I always thought about this movie that was a little meh was the idea of the oxygen destroyer. Because this movie, in so many ways, I mean, other than Godzilla himself, is pretty much grounded. And then to just kind of pull off a made up solution, to me, it comes off as contrived and a little easy from a writing standpoint. Whereas you get something like -1 with the whole sinking thing, and then the eventual blowing off Godzilla's head with a decent bomb.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
that was nice.
Sinking him and using the water compression. But,
yeah.
I mean, it's understandable, but you can maybe say a little bit of the oxygen destroyer when you sort of see the device and stuff. It seems at least a bit grounded.
I mean, it could, but I sort of doubt it. I give the movie that. It's just in the back of my mind. It's always been a little. I'm like, they have this incredibly powerful film, and then it's just kind of like, okay, well, we made him so powerful, nothing can kill him except, well, we got to make something up now.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's over 9,000.
Because he's a turtle. I mean, wrong movie.
Then he quickly closed the door and went, psych.
I built all of it by myself. I'm proud of it.
Except that TV, that chair, all those books, this shelf, that shelf, this shelf over here, and that shelf over there, that gigantic fish tank, and that window over there. Even this house I did not build.
Along with that painting that's being hanged on the wall.
These fish, I didn't build those. This locker, this safe, these gloves. Oh my God. I don't understand like how it needs to be turned on when it was like a marble being dropped in there. It's not like it had an antenna to like a radio or anything like that. Like I thought the whole idea was once you drop it and it hits the base, that's when it activates.
I think it's just to give the movie some effect.
Yeah.
You're really overthinking it here.
I'm just saying.
Which she'll break it later on.
Like within a couple minutes of being home.
Yeah.
Where have you been?
Where'd you go?
Where are you?
由美子が帰ってたのかな。
And I just want to relax just for once. Let's use bullets to kill it. Seems I sort of noticed it seems like in a lot of the earlier Showa films, when you have people kind of running away to evacuate, you at least see maybe one or two people kind of hauling the cart behind them with a bunch of their furniture and stuff, or at least carrying them on their shoulder.
Yeah. They love their carts. Very well done set piece. Great intercutting between the actual acting and the effect shots.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought this was kind of funny. He just kind of picks up a smaller bridge, throws it on another, and packs it in.
It's like, you need to be here.
Yeah. In the burning heart, just about to burst. Oh, wrong movie.
海岸線一帯に高さ30メートル、幅50メートルの有刺鉄条網を張り巡らし、 5万ボルトの強力なる電流を通じてゴジラの感電所を測る。したがって、この鉄条網の内側地区はもちろん、内側地区も鉄条網より500メートル以内の住民は全部これを避難させます。防衛隊、並びに海上保安隊は、その警備計画に基づき、直ちにそれぞれの任務についていただく。
Getting ready for the big centerpiece of the movie.
A Taylor Swift concert.
That would have been funny.
There you go again with the cart and furniture.
Oh, jeez. That's what happens when you drink carbonated water.
Oh yeah, it's bound to happen.
I still have yet to go through a number of the Godzilla scores. Like, I have not gone through -1. I have not gone through New Empire. I just don't listen to music like I used to. Ever since the kids were born, I just don't listen to it.
It's been about several months since I've last listened to the -1 soundtrack, as well as New Empire one.
Yeah, I got that. I know I showed you, but just kind of telling everyone, I got that double disc deluxe set of the -1 from Mark Square. They were fast. Like, holy smokes. Like, after I paid them via PayPal, within 2 days, that thing was here at my front door. I'm like, holy smacks. Like, that's the quickest I've ever gotten anything from them.
Maybe they're not far from you or something.
That'd be interesting.
It's like when I lived up in the Twin Cities there for many years, like towards the end, it's like, I just realized that Mill Creek Entertainment is based in the Twin Cities.
Yeah. Well, and I found out when I ordered like the Kraken release of the Return of Godzilla, like the site I bought it from was based out of Grimes. I'm like, I know that street, and I lived in that town.
Oh, they're still using that facility for the Crunchyroll store.
That's interesting.
Yeah, because Crunchyroll bought out that Right Stuff anime store that was based there.
But then again, the universe never gives a shit. Go away! Get out of my house! I'm sorry, but it's the cranky old man thing.
Get off my lawn!
Get the fuck out! By the way, way this show is explicit.
俺を見てお願いしてみます。臨時ニュースを申し上げます。臨時ニュースを申し上げます。その後、ゴジラは平陣地区に向かって接近しつつあります。上陸地点の鉄情報には強力なる
I know you want to play.
注意を要します。繰り返します。
What are you talking about?
Remington. He's trying to get me to play, and it's just like, we got a podcast to do, bud.
It's like, I don't understand this podcast thing.
He's like, screw your podcast and play with me. You canceled the last two. Why not this one? Ready, Remy? The one thing like about this particular track when you listen to it on a CD, and yes, I'm saying CDs because I prefer CDs over streaming and shit.
Or like what your son calls it, a flat musical device.
I know my son calls CD players flat music device. But anyway, like if you listen to this particular track on a CD or just closely, you hear like shuffling around. It's kind of annoying, actually, when you listen to it on its own.
Well, I've heard it on other music soundtracks too. Like where you can kind of hear maybe a subtle creaking and
right,
a little bit of subtle shuffling here and there. I mean, I sort of got used to it over time.
Well, yeah, I mean, just like anything, you listen or watch it enough, you just are like, yeah, I know, but what are you going to do? It's like Godzilla flying and Godzilla vs. Smog Monster. The first time you watch it, you're like, what the hell? But then you watch it enough times, you're like, yeah, that's in this movie. Like, so what?
Or it's like you bring your friend over and they see it for this first time. It's like, what the hell? And it's like,
yeah, when you're
what else is new?
It's like, no, dude, this is cool. It's like, no, don't worry. I thought the same thing when I first saw it, but the more you watch it, the more you're like, hey, this is cool. I wonder how big some of these set pieces were, because with some of the behind the scenes photos, you only get a snippet of how big some of the sets were. I don't think I've ever seen anything where they showed a whole set.
The one thing I would like to find out is, when they have Godzilla come out of the water, I would assume that they didn't have Nakajima in the whole suit for that, just a cut top to a certain extent. With that,
I think that was a hand puppet that they use.
I don't know. It didn't quite look like a hand puppet when it comes out.
To me, it did. I am willing to bet that's a hand puppet.
Because the way it looks, when it comes out, the head kind of tilts at a certain angle. Every time, if it was a puppet, you would definitely know.
Because I know, this is like one, if not the heaviest Godzilla suits ever. And they're behind the scene shots where they're showing, or they're filming, I should say, the lower part of a scene. And you just see Nakajima with just the lower portion on. He's got suspenders on to keep it up on him, because that thing was so ridiculously heavy. It was like 215 pounds or something like that. And then as he sweat, it weighed more.
Mm-hmm.
This is a scene that's reused in Varan, and it's very obvious it was from Godzilla, but whatever. I think this one was too. It's so funny, the ending of that Varan movie. He's just at Haneda Airport, and it's, you know, the airport even then was decent size, but how they film it using footage from Gojira, it makes it seem like there are all these multiple buildings around it and that it's a lot bigger than it really is. It's just the sort of perspective and proportion of size to what they're trying to do at the end of that movie with what they use for film footage is just ridiculous. It's like a fire trail going after the tanks.
It's like they're leaking gas.
Yeah.
Just 35 more minutes left.
What, are you trying to get out early or something?
I'm just saying how much time there is left on the movie.
Class is not dismissed yet, Jason.
But then after this, I got dinner with mom and dad at their place.
Yeah, I've been kind of hungry for a little bit. I'm like, what am I going to have for dinner? Because again, I'm here in this house by myself for a while.
Yeah.
I'm a married man by himself in a house, and I can't feed myself. Whatever will I do?
Okay, settle down, Donuts.
I was just about to say that. Oh man, we're buffoons, but you know what? We entertain ourselves.
Did you see my
I just did. Now this is like the real deep dark moment.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out though, like, why isn't she like trying to make an attempt at getting out of there?
Who knows?
Miniature work is astounding.
Even that fire looks convincing.
Meanwhile, in actual documentary footage of Shiro Honda goes, yeah, we actually set the damn studio on fire.
Says that with a straight face.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, look, dude, we couldn't afford miniatures, so we're like, well, what can we do? And
Yeah.
Subaraya-san was like, why don't we just burn this place to the ground?
It's also pretty cool. He just got the tail kind of showing through the window there. Although the one downside is you see a little bit of the strain there.
Yeah. And they wonder why they ended up dead. It looks like our doom. You're not even trying. I mean, look, it would be a long shot for you to get all the way down, but still make an attempt. Because even if you're completely down, you'll be closer. Maybe try to jump, and you won't kill yourself from the jump. Anyways, I'm just trying to speak common sense and yeah.
Whatever you say.
Whatever you say, boss. Whatever you say.
Oh, yuck.
Godzilla really hates bridges.
For a second there, I thought the audio went out.
Yeah, I mean, this is one thing that always stood out to me because it just, like, it's not creepy, but it's unique.
Damn it all the heck.
You damn dirty. Oh, wrong movie.
You did it. You finally did it.
Ba-da-dum, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-dum. Okay, Jason, I'm going to put you on the spot, and you can only pick one. You can't do any cop-outs or anything like that.
Oh, boy.
Out of all 30-some-odd Godzilla movies, which one has your favorite soundtrack? Like, you can only have one CD. Yes, I'm choosing CDs again, of one of the Godzilla scores. Which one do you pick?
Does that include the Monsterverse?
Yes, it includes every Godzilla movie, yes.
Oh, boy. I may have to get back to you in a few minutes on that one. What about you?
It's a toss-up for me between Mothra vs. Godzilla and Invasion of Astro Monster. I think, though, I would end up choosing Astro Monster. Because that one, not only do I love that movie so much, I think that soundtrack in many respects includes almost every iconic Ifukube piece. Almost. At least the ones that most of us will recognize as like quote unquote Godzilla themes.
Yeah, I think as far as for me, I'm going to go with the Return of Godzilla.
I thought you might go that way, but I thought he might go in a different direction.
I was kind of choosing between a few movies.
What were the other ones?
-1 or The New Empire or Baialane.
Really? Baialane? Wow.
Yeah.
I remember when I first tried listening to that whole score. This was, I don't know, like maybe about 20 years ago, perhaps. And I remember I had a difficult time getting through it. Like I got a third or halfway through it, and I'm like, I just can't. Like, but then as I got older, I'm like, okay. I mean, it's fine. You know, pretty good in some respects. Kids screaming in movies like this, man, that gets to me. But in real life, when kids are crying, I'm just like, shut them up. Like,
here, play this.
Here, have this. The somber music here and then the children's choir piece coming up in a bit are like, boy, you talk about heavy. Hey, you don't bite that. Remy's pissed that I'm not like doing what he wants to do.
No, he's just trying to get your attention.
Oh, I know he is. Just biting the corner of my Iron Thorn King Kong book. I mean, that book is already kind of beat up to hell anyways, because that's the shape it was when I bought it years ago, but still. Now Remy's watching. He's like, what happened to those fish? He's just enthralled. Where'd the fishies go?
水中の酸素を一瞬にして破壊し、あらゆる生物を窒息した。その後で液化してしまうオキシジェンデストロイヤー。つまり、液体中の酸素破壊剤です。僕は酸素というものをあらゆる角度から徹底的に研究しようと考えている。
I wanted to figure out oxygen and how to use it for death.
But then soon after, I'm going to destroy all my research.
我ながらそう言いました。
know, buddy. I know you don't understand. I know.
もしこれの抗がん剤のものがいっぱいあれば、それこそ東京湾一円の海中も一瞬にしてしまうかもしれないかもな。どうしてそんな恐ろしい研究を。エミコさん、僕はまだ科学者として研究を続けているんですよね。だけど、もしもそれが恐ろしい目的に使用されたとしたら。そうです。もしも兵器として使用されたならば、それこそ水爆と同じように人類を破滅に導くかもしれません。
Yeah, I love you.
僕は必ずこのオキシジェンデストロイヤーを社会のために役立つようにして。
Remy's like, fine, I'm just gonna hop in your lap. I'm just gonna lay here.
だからさっきの新聞社の人の素晴らしさ。もしもこのまま何らかの形で使用することを強制されたとしたら、僕の死とともにこの研究を消滅させてしまう決心だ。わかります。どんなことがあってもお父様にだって絶対に申しませんわ。約束破ってしまいました。どうでしたか。江戸さんだってこの悲惨な最悪を救うためならば許してくれるに違いありませんよ。いや、確かに。藤田さん、なんだ、君は来てたわ。今日は、折り入って頼みがあるんです。まあ、かけたまえ。頼みってなんだ。オキシジェンデストロイヤーを使わせてほしいんです。なんだオキシジェンデストロイヤーって。僕には全然わからんね。ジェイドさん、なぜごまかすの？ごまかす？ジェイドさん、あなたとの約束を破りました。何もかもあなたさんにお話ししてください。どうかあれを使わせてください。ごめんなさい。許してください。エルバさん、山頂を見るに見かねたんで、どうか許してやってください。あなたに頼むより他に方法がないんです。ごめんなさい。エミカさんから僕の秘密を聞いたんだら、僕があれを使わない理由が分かったはずだ。僕ははっきりことある。ジェイダさん、今にお願いしてもダメです。
Give me the weapon, damn it.
開けてください。ジェイダさん。
Open the fake door.
エ 許してくれ。もしこれが使用できるなら、誰より先にこの俺が持って出たはずだ。ただ今のままでは、恐るべき破壊兵器に過ぎない。分かってくれよ、ナオだ。よくわかります。だが、今ゴジラを防がなければ、これから先一体どうなるでしょう。もしも一旦このオキシジェンデストロイヤーを使う。人間として許すわけにはいかない。そうだろでは、この目の前の不幸はどうすればいい？このまま放っておくより仕方ないんですよ。今この不幸を捨てるのは、鳥田さん、あなただけです。
You see here, Sarazawa, with this bandage on my head, I'm the cool guy around here now.
Oh my gosh. Usually people would look at me, feel sympathy, but no, I'm making it cool. Because I'm a cool bean.
Screw your eye patch. That's so 1800s.
What are you, a pirate? Army Hardy. Go get you some pirate booty. Jeez, Jason, you jerk.
Had to break
I
some
guess
silence.
today is also Dolph Lundgren's 67th birthday.
Oh, wee wee.
Quite weedy. Regardless of which version I see, whether it's this one or the Raymond Burr, like this piece always, man, like it gets to me.
Mm-hmm. Excuse me.
I'm not gonna lie, like some of the most sympathetic filmmaking for this movie happens right in this whole sequence.
Out of the whole group, I saw this one girl in the front row. She wasn't even singing at all. She was just.
I noticed that, but I thought, well, and I wondered if like only a certain number of them were supposed to sing during that moment, and then they all join in after another.
Yeah, she's still standing there.
Oh, now she's. I know which one you're referring to.
Or looks like just randomly just kind of opens her mouth. That felt good.
ジェンデストロイヤーを使用するのは今回1回限りだ。
Well, about 31 years from now, some guy's gonna figure it out. Actually, not 31. My God, I'm terrible at math. 41.
Yeah. Do you math much?
Listen, I always struggled in math.
Oh, same here.
Now, if you want to talk certain sciences, social studies, etc.
Or if you want to talk geography.
Yeah,
Art.
geography. I'm pretty good at geography. I'm pretty good at that. Civics, history. But if it includes numbers, I just stand there cross-eyed and stare at you.
いよいよ重大な瞬間が刻一刻と迫りつつあります。果たしてこの全世界を侵害し始めた世紀の怪獣ゴジラを
Well, the monster that more specifically has terrorized
ただい
Japan.
まガイガーカウンターははっきりゴジラの素材を突き止めました。まだそれに潜水攻撃ですね。何を言うんです。僕が潜水機で何ができます。それだろう。
Get off my boat.
これっきりしかないオキシジェンデストロイヤーです。完全な状態で作用させるには水中操作以外にはないのです。よし、では一緒にやりましょう。いや、俺一人でたくさんだ。バカが素人のあなた一人を海の中に放り込みますか。おい、もう一度潜水機の用意。いいですか。私のやる通りやってください。世界にただ一個のオキシジェンデストロイヤーとはいかなる性能、いかなる威力を持つものか。発明者ベルザー博士は目撃したから。ともあれ、我々はただただその成功を祈るのみであります。出して発表しておくとは思いもよりません。結構になります。いいか、二人とも全部も気をつけてな。あ、うまい。いきますよ。いよいよ攻撃開始であります。ただいまベルザー博士は中華に階級に降りてまいります。
I always thought those diving suits had to have weighed a ton.
Oh, mainly the helmet area.
Is that helmet cast iron or something?
Something like that. Because I think it's like he had kind of the plate to support it and then put it on there. I think they sort of mentioned something about that one point on the show. And they said how much it weighed. I forget how much, though.
That's interesting because I noticed Ogata was wearing suit number 2 leading up to this point.
Really?
I think so. I'm almost positive of that. Yeah, see, look right there.
Number 2.
See number 2 just see now he's got 5. Yeah. They got the suits mixed up. Man, again, like I had never noticed all that before until now. See, look, number 2.
Can hear that motor going.
That's Hershey. I always get a little lost as to like what happens in this moment.
I don't.
Man, I miss Takarada.
Everyone does.
But those bones will be retrieved in due time.
Even though Sarasawa said that the oxygen destroyer liquefies the bones.
Yep, and we just saw it there too. So, whoops.
Someone made an oopsie.
ゴジラがそんな力を回転深くごちたのをこれまではっきりと認めました。若い世紀の科学者、メカワキはついに勝ったのであります。本当に暮らしていってんだよ。ゴジラが最後の一匹だと思えない。もし水爆実験が続けて行われるとしたら、ゴジラの盗塁がまた世界のどこかへ現れてくるかもしれない。
I've had enough of your sadness.
Well, that was the original Gojira.
Yep.
Oh, trying to pause it here. Come on. I guess I have to open up the thing. Maybe. Oh, well, I'll take care of it as soon as we get done.
Yeah. Well, oh no, you hated it.
No. I ain't going that far, no.
I know.
Yeah, it's just pretty much like I remember it. Still just kind of not quite used to seeing the original Japanese version. Like there'll be some times in my head like I'm expecting
Raymond Burr to show up.
Yeah, Raymond Burr to show up from time to time, or like with the scene here is like he should be over here, blah blah blah. But
Yep.
yeah, it's I mean it's not much to expect. It's the very first Godzilla movie to pretty much start everything. Creating more than 30 movies now and shows and specials here and there. So it's it's pretty a pretty integral part to the whole kaiju genre.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, what can I or you say that hasn't already been said either by us in previous shows or, just anyone else in general? I mean, I know in some people's eyes I may have been perhaps a little harsh on the film before we started, where I was kind of saying, look, I don't think it's the best, but that doesn't mean I don't think that this film isn't important or that it doesn't have value. That's not what I'm saying at all. Simply because you say something is not the best doesn't mean that the thing has no value at all. There's just varying levels of, greatness. And again, like, as I said before we started this, I said without this movie, I wouldn't be wearing this shirt. I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have my toys. You know,
I wouldn't even know what to put on these shelves behind me here.
no joke. This closet next to me, the only articles of clothing other than blue jeans that I wear that are hanging up in here are Kaiju shirts. That's all other than blue jeans, several pairs of blue jeans and sweatpants. The only other things that are hanging up in here are Kaiju shirts.
I think for me, Kaiju shirts are probably a quarter, take up a quarter of my wardrobe space in my closet.
For me, it's probably about half. Yeah, but you know, this is a solid film still. I mean, sure, you know, some of the moments like I talked earlier about the puppeteering, you know, again, that was for its time, and even for its time, something like that, you know, was considered good. It is what it is, and you know, I'm not taking anything away from this. I really am not. I'm just saying that it's my opinion. Again, feel free to disagree. But it's still a solid film. Even 70 years later, this film has moments of emotional levity. I mean, it gets to you in some parts. Like I was saying earlier, when the girls were singing that song, regardless of which version I saw, whether it was the Raymond Burr version or this one, that always got me. And then there was that orchestral version of that in this final sequence as they're trying to locate Godzilla and then using the oxygen destroyer. You know, a lot of that goes to Ifukube, but at the same time, it's just solid filmmaking as well. The shots of the people wounded and dying in the hospital there as the girls were singing that piece always gets to me as well. And look, I'm not going to lie. The Tokyo Destruction piece is always fun to watch because,
yeah.
But,
it's sort of obvious when it comes to kaiju movies. Like, you're going to expect some pretty good destruction scenes here and there, or
except that one moment that interrupts everything with the mother and her, was it 3 kids saying, we're going to join your father soon. I remember when I first watched this version, when it came out on DVD later in 2004, and I saw that and I just kind of went, oh God, like that is dark. But I mean, it's still a solid film, but because it is, you know, emotional, and it's not one of the fun films. It's not a New Empire. It's, you know, not even a Raids Again. Raids Again in some respects gets a little bit serious, but not to the degree that this one does. Even Raids Again occasionally throws some jokes out there as well. But this isn't like King Kong versus Godzilla and Ghidorah and Invasion of Astro Monster, but still a solid film. I mean, still recommend it. And even people who are not fans of maybe Godzilla or giant monster films, I think this film needs to be watched because it's not just about a monster. It's about a people that experience the only atomic bombs having been dropped on their society, and kind of the message that goes along with that.
Yeah. So I know there's a lot of people who say, oh, I recommend you seeing this film for those that are trying to get into the whole genre for the first time or something. I would say just recommend the very first movie just to kind of get them started out, whether if it's the original one here or the Raymond Burr version, just to kind of get them to sort of understand the whole premise of the Godzilla franchise and how it started, and then you can kind of go from there and just kind of have them build up the repetition or the whole their whole thought process on the franchise.
Yeah. I mean, Godzilla is always changing. I mean, once you get into the 60s and beyond that, Godzilla isn't necessarily about nuclear bombs anymore. Godzilla is a savior for the planet. Godzilla, starts talking about, corporate greed and commercialism and all this other stuff. And it's like Godzilla is a social and political symbol of various degrees. And I think he's always been successful in that because he was born, out of that. He was a walking atomic bomb that went through a large chunk of Tokyo. So yeah, I mean, that's again, I even saw it, no joke, earlier this week. I saw it on someone, and this is why I've left so many Godzilla groups on Facebook and all that, where someone was saying they need to get the politics out of my Godzilla, and other people, I was thinking it, but I mean, I let other people do the work. But it's just like Godzilla.
What's that noise?
Oh, my phone's vibrating. Someone's calling me. But it's like, this is what Godzilla is. This is how Godzilla's always been. Godzilla's been a symbol of various things. He's like an allegory.
And from the very beginning, there's politics involved.
It is, yeah. I mean, they even, have moments in the diet building, like how to handle it. And, you have Yamane who wants to study it, and virtually everyone else is saying kill it. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I mean, that's how it is. So don't be an idiot and say, get your politics out of my Godzilla. It's like, no, that's how Godzilla's always been.
Except for maybe one movie.
It can't be Shin. Because Shin, it's very political in its own way. I'm like, what is he talking about? Like, is he talking about like Destroy All Monsters? I mean, Destroy All Monsters is about aliens, but we could turn that into politics somehow.
But anyways, kind of running up here on 4:30.
Yeah,
I got dinner with my parents here.
Well, yeah, I mean, hopefully you guys had fun joining us today. Hopefully you've done some celebrating already. There's still plenty of time to go out and celebrate. And regardless, even after the day's over with, every day's Godzilla Day.
Yeah, so. and you got Pluto TV with the Godzilla channel going on right now.
I go through that once in a while.
And I know Comet TV here earlier, they were showing Invasion of Astro Monster, aka Godzilla vs. Monster Zero there. And then there's something on the official Godzilla website on certain things that you could do too. But
watch Godzilla movies and be merry.
Indeed.
Happy birthday, Godzilla.
Happy
70 years.
70th birthday.
70 years. Well, thank you so much for joining us. And within a couple of weeks, we'll be back. We'll be continuing with Kamen Rider. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, for us to kind of get done with it. Because after a while.
But you know what? I've had a lot of fun with it. It definitely has, a fun uniqueness to it that I do enjoy. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, true. Kind of get back into some crazy goodness.
Back to having fun, because the Ultraman anime certainly wasn't fun.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.
All right. Well, I'll catch you guys next time.